Last time, on Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Assist Me. Dr. Doom gets a life-changing lesson in fighting game tactics.
Can Doom spend the night? Doom misses Marvel 2. Doom misses Strider. I'm so Pringles it hurts!
Doom? You're not eating all my yogurt again, are you?
No! Doom loves yogurt.
Wesker claims his top-tier position and tries to take over the world.
Are you thirsty?
Sure.
Holy shit!
That low gunshot is one of the best in the game.
What the hell is he doing here?
Say, hey, Ving, do you want to see a really cool trick?
You, that'll be the day. What an idiot! Humanity belongs to Doom, Wesker! You're not leaving this house!
Go for broke!
Ready?
Goodbye, Victor Von Doom.
Bring me your laser! You're fired!
KO!
Hello? Is anyone there? What the?
What?
Up, now!
X-23? Whoa.
I'm hunting a bioterrorist. Word is, you two are old buddies.
Wesker? Him and me? Me and him? No, I mean, besides, he's totally—
Where is he?
Listen, Doom and I totally took care of it. It's not a—
Forget the stories. Wesker never would have told you his plans. This is pointless.
Yeah, it really is, because what—
Fine. I will train here until new details emerge. But I'm going to use your house.
Oh God, you're not listening.
And you're gonna help me.
Look, I've had my fill of video game related drama for the past couple of weeks, so if
What's
you don't—
asking? Are we clear?
Crystal.
Good.
Well, here we go. Home sweet home.
Pretty sweet place, huh?
Does nothing for me.
But yeah, we have so much to cover. I'm trying to think of where we can start. Maybe with specials, and then supers, and then DHCs, and then we can probably go into combos at that point. But being the most important aspect is mobility. Like,
It smells odd in here. Like an auto shop.
Who is she?
And bacon.
Hey, that's Old Spice!
X-23 is a rather unique character. She's no Wolverine clone. Oh wait, she totally is. Anyway, getting in with X-23 involves being comfortable on the ground while having effective assists to back you up. It's rather difficult for X-23 to make any progress against Keep Away without an assist that suits her rushing playstyle. The main thing you'll need other than a strong assist is wave dashing. X-23 has perhaps the best wave dash, and well, it could be the best dash in the game overall. Even if you just do a single forward dash, you'll traverse nearly 1/3 to half the screen forward in that dash. After 2 or 3, you'll cover the full screen length and can even get the drop on opponents who aren't paying attention. It's very similar to Wolverine's in-your-face and never-leave method of attack. Her wave dash also makes her hitbox really low to the ground and similar to Wesker. This allows her to dash under very annoying moves like Wesker's standing gunshot and even Wolverine's dive kick in some situations. But as we were explaining before, there are some effective assists that you need to look for with X-23. A good recommendation is to start with a strong projectile assist. Doom's beam along with Iron Man's prove to be very useful due to their high durability. They take up the entire horizontal portion of the screen and they come out very quickly. This even helps with high durability because they'll blast through other assists like Sentinel's drones for example. They also appear far behind you, which make it so the opponent can't see visibly that they're being called. Other projectile-based assists that work include Ami's Cold Star, Magneto's EM Disruptor, Taskmaster's Horizontal Aim Master, Dante's Weasel Shot, and many more. Having a combination of 2 effective assists works very well for X-23. For example, Taskmaster's Aim Master and then Sentinel drones give X-23 a lot of opportunity to get in and do damage. Other invincible startup assists like Hagar's Lariat and Tron's Gustav Fire also prove to be very useful. But in general, X-23 shouldn't be on the field without that strong assist. X-23's other main tool for getting in is her medium and heavy Talon attacks, which are done quarter circle forward, medium, or heavy. These moves basically turn her into a horizontal dive kick for a short period of time. They can be air thrown during the recovery, but the chances of that happening can be mitigated if you have a strong projectile assist covering the approach. The medium Talon attack is the most useful because it covers her straight horizontally forward. Once you get close, if your projectile assist hits them along the way, you can easily land that starting combo. You can cancel the medium Talon attack on hit, block or whiff into any of her air normals or other air moves like her Talon dive, which is down heavy in the air, and you can then convert that into combos. Tiger kneeing the medium Talon attack, which is down, down forward, forward, up forward, and medium, gives you a nice angled low approach while staying airborne to pass over some projectiles and get in on the opponent. The heavy Talon attack is a bit more gimmicky since it puts her higher up in the air, but it travels her across the screen even faster than the medium Talon attack, giving her a last-ditch approach if she just absolutely has to get in to win. It can also be used to play an effective runaway from characters like Phoenix or escaping a corner. The last tool to note of in regards to X-23's movement is her wall jump. It's a special technique that's similar to Chun-Li's wall jump, where if you regular jump towards the edge of the screen, you can then jump forward off the wall to instantly come at your opponent. If you're mid-screen, this has some uses if the opponent is closing the gap, where you can then try to land on top of them to begin the offensive. The best use for this I've found is simply to get out of a bad corner situation if there's a gap. You can hop off the wall and then do tricky things like a down-heavy Talon dive in the air, or do the light Talon attack in the reverse direction, crashing down on top of your opponent, which puts them in the corner with a heavy frame advantage.
You like that?
Understanding mobility is one of the most important aspects of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Once you learn how to move around... Whoa, Sir Creep and Stare. Reel it in, dude.
Doom doesn't remember X-23 having so much ink in the game!
Oh, where did all your tattoos come from anyway?
I don't have many ways to express myself. And I like the pain.
Don't you have parents? I mean, how did they agree to that?
I'm a 19-year-old assassin. Parents are not essential.
Did it cost a lot? Doom wants to get a sweet Latvian tattoo!
Really? Really?
Yeah, what the f***'s your problem?
I don't pay for things.
Well, I mean, you don't pay with your, well, you know. Oh, pain, anger, suffering. Okay, I get it. Moving along, moving along.
It's the Yonkers!
The non-charged version of X-23's light neck slice is probably the safest and highest priority moves you can use to throw around. It's got a huge hitbox for stuffing and trading with things like Wolverine and Trish's dive kick, and if you space it at the right distance, it's a pretty strong anti-air. Most regular attacks just can't compete with this move if it's spaced properly. If you're not sure what to do in some situations and you need something that works, this is definitely the move to use. The fully charged version of the light neck slice is one of X-23's most scary moves. It's completely safe on block, putting you in advantage by several frames, which means that if the enemy tries to attack, which it looks like they can, they'll be unable to, and X-23 is given priority. This move is especially good if you have assists to cover you, and then get in with the charged version of the light neck slice. The decapitating slice is a very interesting command grab, but not a lot of people know how to use it. Generally, this move is designed in conjunction with a charged neck slice, and then you can scare your opponent into doing stupid things. You can hit her out of the start of this move, but if they try to hit you out of the start of the charged neck slice, they're going to be losing life. If the decapitating slice command grab connects, you can then juggle this off as standing medium. Press standing medium just as you know they're going to fall from the sky. They're going to be visible on the screen for just a split second, and that's when you need to grab them before they drop to the floor. And as we were talking about earlier, the light Talon attack is X-23's main means for getting in. But one thing to note is that this isn't just some regular dive kick that's similar to Trish's or Wolverine's. Wolverine has a normal dive kick, whereas X-23 has basically two different types of dives. The light version, which we're seeing here, has a lot of priority over other moves, so it's pretty hard to hit her out of this special. The medium Talon attack is generally used to extend X-23's combos or get her across the screen quick. This move gets her around okay by itself, but at high level play you're going to need to back it up with other techniques like assists. The fierce version of the Talon attack is probably only good if used from a distance. It can also be used as an escape measure if you're coming in from a losing character or getting snapped in. It's also pretty useful for hitting Phoenix out of her air fireballs. But remember, when using the medium and heavy versions of these moves, you don't have to come down with the down heavy Talon attack every time. You're actually free to do whatever you want after the medium or heavy Talon attack, including air throws, blocking, air normals, basically anything you can do in the air that's not a Talon attack. All versions of X-23's Crescent Scythe move essentially act as Shoryukens for the character. The problem is, naturally as Shoryukens are, you're not safe on the way up or the way down. So X-23 can get hit out of these moves rather quickly, and it's a pretty big gamble. However, if you do them from the sky, there's much less recovery frames and it becomes a much safer move. If you try to Tiger Knee this motion, or if you do it from just off the ground, it's much better. And the Mirage Feint is essentially X-23's mini teleport. The light version of the feint is generally used to help her stay in once she's close. It's the safest and easiest one to use of all the feints, but it's the least powerful offensively because of it. The medium Mirage Feint should rarely be used outside of block strings. The only other times you'll want to use it is when the opponent has been hard knocked down, so you can create an ambiguous left or right cross-up. It isn't that bad for a mix-up, but you need that lockdown assist. Call in the lockdown assist first and then move in with the feint. And the fierce version is not very useful unless you have that assist backing her up as well. But interestingly enough, that actually allows you to do multiple air normals before landing. Against larger characters like Hulk and Sentinel, it allows you to do instant overheads or other mix-ups if you have the correct assists to back them up. But if you have those few assists that attack low only, like Wesker's low gunshot or Deadpool's low attacking assist, it sets up unblockable situations with this Mirage Feint. Generally, you need to be very careful with this timing because both you and the assist can get hit out of it.
These can be really devious specials. I mean, if you're not safe after, you can't.
Man, what the hell is her problem anyway? I mean, who really acts like that? It's just not normal. It's seriously the weirdest girl I've ever met. What do you think, Doom? Doom? Doom?
So good. Delicious. She is the most amazing thing Doom has ever seen. She will be mine. Oh, yes.
What? She's all yours, buddy.
You must have her.
The Rage Trigger super is generally used for combos, but the cool thing about it is that afterwards it keeps the opponent airborne, which allows you to set up for mix-ups into more damage. It has decent invincibility to run through things on the startup, but has terrible recovery, so make sure you have a character that you can DHC out if the move is blocked or whiffed. And Weapon X Prime is X-23's most damaging level 1 super. But this move has a deadly secret. It features nearly 60 frames of full invulnerability. And for those of you who don't know what that means, X-23 is completely invincible for the complete startup of this special. She'll even plow through most level 3 supers since they don't even have 60 frames of invincibility. It's the most invincible level 1 super in the entire game, and it covers nearly the entire screen extremely fast. This is something you might want to start getting used to using on reaction. If you know that your opponent is going to throw out a full screen hyper or full screen specials, you'll actually blow through them and begin your combo. It can be a little tricky to set this up at the end of certain combos, but if you have the correct assists, it isn't too difficult. The interesting thing to note about her DHC game with Weapon X Prime is that it beats other DHCs and makes it one of her strongest assets. Once you complete Weapon X Prime, you can actually enable the DHC glitch, which is one of X-23's most valuable tools. And of course, X-23's most popular super is her level 3, also known as the Dirt Nap. Initially, she becomes invisible, but when you press the special attack near the enemy, it engages the Silent Killer, which does around 400,000 points of damage. It's one of the more unique supers in the game, basically giving X-23 access to a one-hit attack that cannot be blocked when you're invisible. The best way to set this up is by using assists, or generally putting people in situations where the chances to escape are slim to none. A couple of good examples are Akuma's Tatsu assist and Dante's Jam Session on characters that are incoming. If they didn't die from the level 3 initially, you can dash up and off the ground slice into Rage Trigger or Weapon X and then DHC afterwards. However, if you don't have that much meter, and you want to ensure that the character is dead, you can always enable X Factor and kill them without losing meter.
There's a couple of specials that can be extremely useful. I'm actually a big fan of the Dirt Nap. If you're able to incorporate the Dirt Nap when a character's coming in and you can... What?
Can you, come with Doom a moment? Doom really needs to tell you something in private.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm sorry.
This isn't going so well for Doom. He barely even knows he's here.
Well, I mean, aren't you a king? Like, you kind of got to be a little charming. I mean, what do you do in Latveria? Okay, yeah, that's not funny. Why don't you find something you have in common? Like, make conversation with her, bud.
Oh, right, got it. Doom's a man. He's gonna hate. So, you like yogurt, huh? Care to have some? It's Doom's favorite flavor, Yes. No? Well, would you care to go upstairs and have a sample of Doom's finger lasers? Or Doom could show you his hidden missile!
Smooth, Doom. Really smooth.
Doom doesn't understand! He did everything perfectly!
In the next episode of Assist Me featuring X-23, our young heroine is confronted by a frequent pest.
No, wait!
We show the moves and give the tools to start winning with X-23. And is it possible that love can bloom on the battlefield?
Laura. My name is Laura.
Find out in the next episode of Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Assist Me featuring X-23. Subscribe if you like it, and follow us on the Twitter.